Hello all, welcome back to the next one. In this one, we're gonna learn how we can find the elements by using ID and XPath attributes. Let me just bring up Chrome and I'll get into the details of explanation. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to learn.letscodeit.com and I'm gonna take some examples of elements to explain you how finding by ID and finding by XPath works. Let's go to the login page and then we'll work with few elements. So here there are fields, email address, password, and the login button. Right click the field and inspect. We're using Chrome and we're going to be using Chrome DevTools. I always encourage people to use Chrome DevTools instead of using any third-party add-ons or extensions. Chrome DevTools has pretty much everything and it's very useful and helpful. I'm going to dock it to the right this way. So here you go. When we inspect the element, if you see, it highlights the element on the right side, right? This is the DevTools. It shows input. It's a tag. Because it's a text field, the tag is input. Usually for all the text fields, the tag is input. So this is plain HTML. I hope you guys understand a little bit of HTML. If not also, then it's okay. There's not a much need to understand a lot of HTML, but it's good to know a little bit about it. So I'll explain a little bit. All of these, whatever you are seeing here, div, input, or br, sender, all of these are HTML tags. These are known as elements. And inside the tag, like input, what you are seeing here is autofocus, class, type, value, name, ID. All of these are attributes of an element. So these are the attributes which help us in finding the elements. Like this is the ID. We can find an element by ID, or we can use other attributes to create a XPath. So these are the element and the attributes. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to click on the right hand side and then I'm going to say Command F on the Mac and Control F on the Windows. It's going to open the Finder kind of thing. So please make sure you don't find anything in this filter. This is a separate Finder. It only shows up when you do Command F or Control F. What you see here is find by string, selector, or XPath. You can pretty much put any kind of locator strategy here and Chrome DevTools will find the elements. So even if I type user_email, so you can see that it just finds everything with it. And here you can see it has one of two, which means it totally found two elements with something as user_email. So this is the div. It has for equals to user email. If I go to the next one, I see the input which has an ID called user email. So pretty much even if I don't type a proper XPath, I just want to randomly type something, it's going to find all the things. Then it helps us to build XPath or figure out the IDs and everything, right? So here we can see that this input element has an ID called user_email. So this is the thing that we can use to find the element with the ID. These are the IDs. 99% of the time, they're always unique. Sometimes they can be duplicate because of iframes in the page or developers making mistakes or anything. But the norm is usually IDs should be unique. So what we can do here is we can build a simple XPath input @ID equals to user email. And hit enter, and if you notice it shows here 1 of 1 and it highlights the element also. And if we hover the mouse on this, on the screen also it highlights the element. So it tells us that this ID for this input is unique and we are good to use it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to Eclipse and now put that into action. So here's the file that I created. I named it as ID XPath demo. It's under the basic web package right here. So it just has a class name and the main method right now don't have any code, and we'll start putting the code. What are the basic things we need? The basic things is we need the base URL, we need the WebDriver, we need to set the path, and we need the Chrome driver initialization because we are using Chrome browser in this lecture. And we need to maximize the window and get the base URL, right? These are the basic things that we need. So I'm going to copy all of this and I'm going to remove this because we're not using the Firefox driver. Now here, I'm going to change the URL. Carefully notice guys, I was using learn.letscodeit.com, right? So not the main website. I'm going to be using learn.letscodeit.com instead of letscodeit.com. So this is the initial setup that we have. Now what we need to do here is we need to always use driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait, and then I'm gonna say 10, and then here I'm gonna say time unit dot seconds. Carefully pay attention, guys. This is one statement. This is needed to handle the browser synchronization issues. It's always needed in the code whenever we are working with the elements. There are like multiple lectures in the course going forward to explain the whole concept of waits, and to be able to understand the explanation, we need to know how do we work with the elements. So that's why it's kind of interrelated. At this point, what we're going to do here is we're going to use this line as it is, and in future lectures we will understand a lot of significance and the details of this implicitly wait. Just pay attention that I'm using 10. You can use the same thing. Here I'm using time unit dot seconds, so it's 10 seconds basically. And pay attention to the case also. T is capital and U is capital. It should be exactly the same. And it's going to import the java.util.concurrent.time unit statement. So this is needed. Please use it every single time in your code. Then the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to say driver.findElement by dot. Now take a look, guys. When I type by dot, it shows me a lot of locator strategies: class name, CSS selector, ID, link text, name, partial link text, tag name, XPath. These all are the locator strategies. In this lecture, we're going to be using ID and XPath. So I'm going to say by.id. And the ID we saw there was user_email. And what we're going to do here on this ID, and what we're going to do here on this element, this is a user email field. So what we can do here is we can send keys, dot send keys. This thing is going to type the characters that we send there. So I'm just going to use any email right now. And we're not trying to do anything at this point. We're just trying to type something. That's about it. Now this is something for ID. But what we need to do here is from this page, we need to first navigate to the login page, right? If you remember, what we did there was we first clicked on the login element and then it went to the login page. So we need to find the login element. I'm going to right click the element, inspect it, and it shows the DOM here. So this thing is DOM, right? If you notice, this is what happens to a lot of websites. The right hand side of the website is cut because of the DevTools. The website space is less, right? And they have collapsed the menu. In these cases, you can dock it at the bottom and you will see it everything here, right? So we can see that this is a hyperlink, a tag. It doesn't have an ID, so it is a good chance to see how we find elements using the XPath. What we're going to do here is we're going to make use of the href attribute. You can see that href equals to /signin and the text is login, right? What we're going to do here is Command F and we're going to formulate the XPath. @href equals to /signin. And carefully notice this is sign_in. So if I hit enter, it highlights the element. And here also it shows 1 of 1. So we are sure that this is the correct XPath. I'm going to go back to Eclipse. And here, after getting the base URL, I'm going to type driver.findElement by .xpath. And I'm going to copy the XPath statement right here and then click. So this is essentially what we are doing here. We have our website URL here. We're opening the Chrome driver. We're maximizing the window, then we're putting some implicitly wait, then we're getting the base URL. This is gonna navigate to the base URL, the get method. And then we're finding the element with XPath, clicking that element, then we're finding the element with the ID and then sending some keys. Before running the code, we need to make one change here. We need to remove the www and add s here to make it HTTPS. Now let's just go ahead, right click the file and run as Java application. Should bring up the Chrome browser, open the website, click on the login link. It's clicked right now, it's just loading, and then it typed letscodeit@gmail.com on the email address field. That's about it. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Here everything is fine, all good. The code has run completely. Now in the next lectures, we'll learn about other locator strategies. Please do one thing, just download this code for reference, but type your own code. Do not use the code files. I always recommend that practice, practice, practice. Type your own code and use this code file to double check your code. You can easily find small mistakes, and your practicing the code will make you perfect. Trust me. So download the code, practice as much as possible, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you in the next lectures, guys. Thanks a lot for running this one. Thanks.